Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cultures Football Podcast. You know the drill by now. It's the podcast for people who love to talk about footballers at 3 a.m. in a kitchen at a house party, provided
an impromptu house party. Yeah, an impromptu house party to stave off talk of pyramids and Joe Rogan.
There's cans of.
Nobody's really good.
No, honestly, I didn't like him at first. That's how they get you that. Yeah. I didn't like that Piers Morgan at first, but he's right there, you know.
You know that Enoch Powell, he says it how it is.
Hopkins, I couldn't stand it at first, you know, but to be fair, she's right about children, you know.
But we're going to get accused of being ciphers for fascists.
Yes.
Anyway.
But we're not. We're rememberists. And today we're remembering another footballer.
Yes.
Who we'll get into shortly. But before that, it's been a while. We're back in the studio.
Back in here.
Under the lights.
Back in a great British studio. What shirt are you wearing, James? That's a good segue. Get away from the racism.
I am with undertones of colonialism. I'm wearing an Auckland FC shirt.
Why, James?
Because...
Here we go.
I think the fact that you grew up in New Zealand needs more explanation because you just assume people go, oh yeah, I'm obviously,
we just assume everyone knows
Kiwi,
the Chris Wood relationship. Yeah.
Well, there was an advert in the Facebook comedy forum that said like, "Are there any Nottingham Forest fans in here?"
Well,
because there's an opportunity to be in like a video in London. It's like paying £500, and loads of people in comedy sent me it, and I had to be like, I am not a Nottingham Forest fan. I am just obsessed with Chris Wood. I was obsessed with him when he was at Newcastle until his story came on for 10 seconds, 3.5 hour train ride, £90. That's
Did you take St James's Park off now?
Yeah, it was good. It was good atmosphere.
Famously, watchers of this podcast, the Newcastle
haters, absolutely haters. Yeah. But yeah, the newest team in the A-League, New Zealand have got two teams. That we never thought we'd see happen.
Wellington Phoenix as well.
Carried the torch for so long.
Now they're in the ashes.
They used to be. They are. Yeah,
the Phoenix
mid-table.
They will rise again. One would say.
I think Auckland Kings with a Z. Oh, but they weren't. I don't know if they were.
That's why it's former, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like a hashtag United kind of team.
The confusion is there's a team in the actual New Zealand domestic league called Auckland City FC, and they are in the Club World Cup, and in their group they've got Benfica, Bayern, and. Who else it is? Might be Barcelona. So
is there a New Zealand domestic league as well?
Yes, yeah. Whereas this is the team that represents the A-League. So the two different teams. But
the Swansea of Newcastle.
So it's a brand new club. They weren't in the Australian divisions before.
This New Zealand division. Brand new team. Top of the league.
Oh.
Glory supporter.
Or joint top actually at time record. I think we've Adelaide United. We beat Western Sydney Wanderers, last minute winner. Max Mata swapped his shirt with Juan Mata.
Lovely.
That's nice. Bit of this genuinely you
swapping shirts matters.
If you had a correlation of me talking about New Zealand football and my increase to sign on the dole, it's forever rising. But yeah, shout out Auckland FC.
There we go.
It's nice. Shout out Jason Pine.
Oh yeah, good former guest. If you want to troll through all that.
And yeah. Football's back in New Zealand, baby.
Well, speaking of shirts, we've got here the official Vulture Authority stage shirt thing available at all good shops, vultureauthority.com shops only. We've got a gig on April 25th. Come and watch us play live. You'll have heard it on the theme tune.
I'd love to go for you, but where is it?
Where could we be?
It's at 33 Oldham Street in Manchester. Just off.
Do you have a postcard?
It's something. Just next to the Betfred. So come down, come
Alan
see.
Titchmarsh said to Tommy Walsh, "You know the drill. Get down there."
Me and James might be in the corner nursing a pint of Boddingtons, talking about West Brom's 03 or 04
Yes, exactly. Have you any gigs coming up, James?
Yes, I am supporting good friend Dean Coughlin on tour. If you're in
Dean Coughlin?
Yeah, or Coughlin, Dean Coughlin.
Coughlin, I think.
There's Tom Coughlin who used to manage the New York Giants. How
long have you been mates? 10 years. I don't know his name.
Well, I mix it up sometimes. I was supporting him on tour in Leeds, Liverpool, Manchester throughout March. If you're in New Mills, the day after Valentine's Day, love is in the air, and now it's dissipated. Back to reality. I'm at New Mills Theatre for Manford's, doing a spot there. And where else am I? Oh, Pennaford.
Ooh, the North Wales crew.
If you can afford the penny,
Yeah. Get yourself down
come
there.
and see me on the end of Feb, Friday 28th of Feb. You'll have missed all of these because this is probably about 4 weeks deep.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And follow me on TikTok as well.
I think we were supposed to keep the first 10 minutes interesting, weren't we?
Yeah, well, I think it was
carried on.
interesting.
Oh, it was interesting enough. Well,
Promotion and
yeah.
niche football.
Yeah, you have to get
Gotta
that
give 'em
promo
something.
in.
Yeah.
Just skip next time instead of just clicking off. Just skip through it and stop being a short attention span cunt.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Michael? Looking very resplendent in a
hoodie.
yes.
Yeah. Nothing much, mate. Nothing coming up. I went to go watch Tranmere at the weekend, though.
Yes. No, this is big.
On my travels.
No,
Yeah.
it is. Because you were in
VIP.
Tranmere.
very important.
VIP at Tranmere.
Brentonian.
Dismal game, 1-1. Dismal atmosphere, sadness. But bumped into Robbie Fowler. Well, walked past him.
In the bogs.
On the don't besmirch God.
Have you got a few minutes to chat about property portfolios?
I nearly went in, but yeah. Yeah, he was sat in the same row as me. It was the highlight of the game. Lovely, what do you call it? Hospitality. Well done, Tranmere. Anyone who wants a nice day out,
Go to Tranmere.
go to Tranmere. Ramataya Suite, I recommend. Lovely chicken dinner. And a game of football.
Good first goal as well from Tranmere.
It was actually a good game, really. Bradley Dack playing for Gillingham as well. With bleach blonde hair, got booked after 3 minutes for not hearing the offside call. Looked far too good for that league, though, I won't lie. He looked like he'd lost a pace, but he's not the player he was up in your league.
Up in our leagues, like.
Up in our leagues.
Oh, class game of Togger, lad.
Yeah.
Good stadium as well, Prenton Park. It's underrated.
Very underrated for the level, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
They took the kids, they were like, whoa. Nice little stadium.
The cop is massive.
It would have been.
I went on the final day. No, the penultimate day of the 2009 season. It coincided with Macheda's goal. For United.
Well, everyone was watching
Everyone.
And I was
Federico
And
Macheda.
I was a bit upset because I wanted to watch Jensen Button claim the this was when I was in my F1
F1's period.
which sort of went away in 2013 due to the change in the design of the. I didn't like it. Anyway, yeah.
A bit of digression.
Do you want to watch Jensen Button win for Braun GP, or do you want to watch Braun?
Do you want to watch Braun?
Braun manliness.
And I chose Tranmere, and it was I think it was 2-0 when they went. Yeah, it's just a great day. We were saying
Tranmere is a great day out.
we were saying this on the way here.
Yes, we had a deep conversation in the car, me and James, on the way here.
If your football team has priced you out,
Oh yeah, I think there's a lot more people going.
It's
to,
not.
like, lower teams down.
I think the false stigma that people have over two teams. You can't have two teams. You very much can have two teams. It's very easy to have two teams.
Yeah.
Like look at like.
obviously, we're not saying support Arsenal and Spurs.
Yeah,
We're
but
not saying.
Stalybridge, Celtic, and Arsenal might be.
Yeah, that's all right,
There's too much of a gap.
I think as long as they've never a chance of meeting. I think.
I can't
Barring
do with
disaster.
people who say like, yeah, I support two because my dad supports so and so, and my granddad supports so and so. Pick a struggle in that one.
I think if they're in the league, what do
you do if the promotion happens? Or
well,
look at Bournemouth 20 years ago; they were all Man United fans, probably.
Well, yeah, probably still are.
Probably still are. Yeah.
Went to Eastbourne as well.
Stop the presses.
It's like a tour of Tory party conferences. Tranmere,
To visit.
Eastbourne.
One of my wife's relatives, and we stayed in the B&B last minute.
Is that the name of the B&B?
There was a cock up with the hotel. We stayed in B&B. The guy was lovely. This isn't football related, just
Oh, right, okay.
character related.
Oh,
He went, right, coming in. Now, if you think you need to know about B&B, the code.
B&B.
Okay, the code. What you all need to know about the code is 196300#. Now, why is that important, you may ask? Well, it was the year that JFK was assassinated. Also, my sister Cheryl was born. So take your pick. Follow me upstairs. Now, where are you from? My wife goes, we're from like North Wales. I mean, I'm not, but she's just.
He's from New Zealand. We've established that.
Wales. Oh, my grandfather. What part of Wales? Rhyl. Oh, my grandfather was from Rhyl. Hang on a minute. No, he wasn't. He wasn't born there. Oh. The problem with them was they all just spoke Welsh. And I was like, mate, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Anyway, he was a mayor for a very, very long time. Anyway, here's the bathroom. I was like, this is, a mental man in Eastbourne.
Mental man in Eastbourne.
summed
From
up
mental man in Eastbourne to mental. No, there's no.
Just men of
Just
football.
men.
Yeah.
To men being born.
And playing football.
Yeah, playing football.
And who are we discussing today?
Well,
do you want me to tell you?
Yes, tell me.
Right, well.
As if we've not prepared for it.
Today, we're discussing a man who not only had a Barclaysman who not only had a stellar footballing career, gents, but a man who opened doors for footballers for generations to come.
Yeah.
You might agree. He's a prize lookalike for Ian Wright, a reality TV star, as we'll get onto, and an esteemed actor and the owner of a Vauxhall Corsa. Now, of course, the head coach of the Guinea-Bissau national team.
Obviously.
It's the prime Barclays icon.
It is.
A man lovingly nicknamed by players Dead Snake due to a slight mispronunciation and understanding of his surname is Luis Boa Morte.
Hey, Luis Boa Morte. It is an interesting surname, as it is Dead Snake, really.
It is, yeah.
Morte.
But
Portuguese, isn't it, Morte?
Yeah.
Morte.
Well, it's because he's Portuguese.
Lewis Snake, definitely.
Well,
It's Luis Dead
Portuguese.
Snake.
He is Portuguese. He was born in Lisbon. Now, this is a geography question, basically, because I don't know if his parents, this is individual, but his parents are from Sao Tome and Principe.
Oh, that's
Sao
in
Tome.
Is that one place?
That's one place, yeah.
They're not one or the other. They're both from there, small island of Africa. And he started his footballing adventure for Sporting Lisbon, which, I don't know, are you Sporting, or do you call them Sporting Lisbon? Because there's a Sporting CP, Sporting Lisbon. It's always Sporting Lisbon when I was a kid.
Sporting Club.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sporting Club de Portugal.
Yeah, fuck off, mate.
It's always been Sporting Lisbon to me.
Like, oh, sorry, I forgot you were Portuguese, Steve. Fuck off.
You mean Madeira and Celtic? No. Just Sporting.
Yeah. Well, he played for Sporting, and he went on loan to one of their farm teams in the regional leagues in Lisbon called Lori Hananense.
Obviously.
Which prompted eyes upon him from many shores abroad, and he got a massive money move to Arsenal for £1.75 million.
Oh.
Arsene Wenger signed him just days after.
Is this in the 90s, this, isn't it?
It's in the 90s. So I've got the squad that he joined
before our time.
just before his 20th birthday. It's a lot of money. But I remember him signing, and remember back at because he looked a lot like Ian Wright. So they ran with that in the papers for a long time.
Yeah. Murdoch papers saying two black men look alike.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
You couldn't do it, but they did have the same face. It was quite uncanny. But obviously, it's tough for a kid looking at the players at Arsenal at the time. So like Vieira, Winterburn, Dixon, Seaman, Nelson Vivas, Freddie Lundberg. In his position alone, Lundberg, Bergkamp, Overmars, Christopher Ray, whose son played in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was mad, that, yeah. Christopher Ray's son playing for Tamworth.
Yeah, well, Christopher Ray, I'm certain...
He's the first African player to win the Premier League.
I'm certain Christopher Ray is actually George Weah's cousin.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
So he's not an Ali Dia. He's
Ali Dia,
genuinely so George Weah's nephew played for Tamworth. Furthermore in his position, Ray Parlour, obviously Boa Morte himself. They had players like Kanu, Kaba Diawara, there's one for the old guys. Current Cardiff manager Omar Ritza was there. What a time to be joining Arsenal.
Yeah, and in London with a double-barreled name that is fine.
Dead Snake.
Yeah, not an Emil Smith row.
Yeah.
That's Emil Smith. Emil Smith woke.
Your Dewsbury Halls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kane and Dewsbury Hall.
It's hard to have a double barrel name and not sound like you at least played one game of rugby union.
Yeah.
Well,
Luis Boa Morte.
And that's fact.
Yeah, so that's indisputable, really.
So Boa Morte made his debut. He made his debut less than a month later for Arsenal at the start of the 97-98 season. Quick check, how old were you two gents in 97-98?
I was March 97, so I missed most. I was alive for that season. Don't remember much of it.
You'd have. Yeah,
I was preparing for my SATs.
I was July 97. So
wow, so you don't have much memory of the big move from Sporting to Arsenal then, Luis?
During
I was back around the same time as our Diana.
I'd left Deportivo Womb and signed for Real Mum.
Needs a bit of work, that bit.
A little bit. Yeah. His influence, though, was massive because Arsenal won the league and cup double that season.
Doof.
Wow.
Yeah, and how many times did he play? 0.
I have actually got that on. I haven't got that on the screen anymore. He played a few times that season because that was his breakthrough season. It was the next season where he kind of tailed off.
Does Luis Boa Morte technically have a Premier League winners medal?
Yeah, he will do, yeah.
Oh,
and an FA Cup medal. He played 15 times that season, mainly off the bench. He didn't score any goals, but he did score 2 in the League Cup against Birmingham. But it was next season he started to fizzle out because they started getting some players in.
They bring in like Will Tord and
yeah, well, Arsenal were kicking on there. I think we were discussing this earlier, James, weren't we, about the influx of because we're like, what, all these players that used to play for England and things like that, they'd never got a game. And more and more,
not in a reform way.
No, of course not. Not take us back. So yeah, there was a lot of because they say that Arsene Wenger changed the game, didn't they, with his insights and the people he brought over, and yeah. So I'm just trying to find Boa Morte here now, just to find out because I think the notes are wrong in here. No, they're absolutely bang on. So when he was struggling, he joined Southampton in 1999 for £900,000.
I don't remember him. Well, obviously, I'm saying that as if it's remarkable. Don't remember him at Southampton. My first memory of Boa Morte is Fulham. Man.
Yeah, well, he didn't get much of a game for Southampton either. He only played like 14 times. They were all off the bench. 1 goal in a 3-2 defeat against Watford.
Doof.
But,
remember that well.
Yeah, well.
Rob Page's Watford.
Could well be. I haven't checked. In 2000, though, there was a football revolution happening a la Wrexham, a la Birmingham, containing the owner of Harrods down at Fulham. And he had Jean Tigana in charge by this point at 2000 in his first season.
Was Tigana the one who always had a toothpick in?
Yeah. He took them up. They got promoted in the season that Luis Boa Morte joined.
He dropped down to the Championship.
He dropped down to the Championship,
Sponsored
but
by-
it wasn't really a drop down. Really,
It was a James McLean getting Championship wages in League 2 kind of move.
Well, look at the players. So Mike Taylor in nets.
Well, Maik Taylor.
Steve Finnan, Rufus Brevitt, Lee Clark had dropped down to this level at this point. Marcus Hanneman was the backup goalie.
Yes, please.
Karl-Heinz Riedler and Barry Hales up front. Well, Eddie Lewis was there at this point. Terry Phelan, Alan Goma, Sean Davis, Paul Pesky-Solido.
Remember him.
Lewis Sahar was up front for him as well.
Sponsored by Beeman Internet.
Was it? Was it not
Yeah,
Pizza
before-
Hut? Was that before Pizza
they
Hut?
got promoted. They changed to
Yeah.
Pizza Hut.
So yeah, he joined a good team on their way up. I saw him a few times when they first started getting the money through, and Kevin Keegan was manager when it came to York. So I was a bit bitter about them by this point, a bit like how Football League fans are with Wrexham now.
No.
Just wasting a season really out there. But that's kind of what Fulham did, the road through the leagues. And it wasn't seen as a negative thing by that point because people had joy in their hearts. They just let it happen.
But before 9/11, people would...
As I was saying before, like to yourself, you probably viewed Fulham coming into the Premier League as like,
It wasn't
whereas,
like,
for me, Theon is like,
Fulham are in the Premier League kind of thing. Fulham were always a lower leagues, to me, a lower league side. So seeing them in the Premier League was like...
But it's like Stockport County, for instance, like because they've got loads of money now, and they've sort of... I remember them being in the Championship.
Yeah.
Like, and that was only like 2004, maybe 5.
Yeah.
So even like Wrexham, obviously, were in the Championship not that long ago.
It wasn't too long ago, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mental to think that you associate it with like, not to say that they weren't successful, but like a lot of financial backing.
Well, Luton went down to the conference as well, didn't they? I don't really know how they got themselves back up because
I don't, because we beat them in 2012 playoff final to go up, and then we went down 3 leagues, and they went to Premier League. So
that doesn't really make
it's
sense.
like a York fan.
But it's like I've never met a Luton fan in the wild. You know what I mean?
I
used to work with a Luton fan, nice guy.
I know a comic who's a Luton.
Yeah. But I've never obviously that's. But yeah, do write in and tell me I'm a cunt Luton fan. But yeah, it's like just like so, but a club like maybe Fulham, Wrexham, a bit bigger fan bases. You expect them to waltz back up the leagues, I suppose.
Yeah. Especially at that point, like Arsenal, in London are massive. Spurs have always been in the Prem. You've got Chelsea. Like, the gap in the market for another London club to have.
Well, it's just London, though, isn't it? It's just full of fucking people. So.
Yeah.
It's just the players they got. They bought no superstars. I mean, Luis Sahara had a fair.
Hey, Steve Malbronk.
Well, that was when they went up to the Premier League, though. When they're in the Championship.
Fulham are my, like, like, if you had to pick a Barclays team, they are my.
He had a failed loan stint at Newcastle, did Sahar, before he went to Fulham.
I know. I discovered that when I had to disqualify all the Geordies from the poll.
Yeah.
Because Luis Sahar played 4 times or something for Newcastle.
11 times, 1 goal. But then when he went to Fulham in the First Division, that's what we call it, 27 goals, 43 games. He absolutely ripped it up for them there. They won the league. They got 101 points. Boa Morte relished in the lesser standard. Obviously, for 15, 20 games a season prior
Was
to off the
Boa Morte
bench.
not in the
2002 World Cup team for Portugal.
Yeah, and the 04. I remember him being. Do you remember the Euro 04 game, James?
Theon.
Oh.
I can't wait to play as Netherlands. Who's player number 1? Who's player number 2? Because the players weren't licensed.
No, well, I just went in and changed the names, and then
I complained about it. But 2004, good year for me because it was the first time I tried salad cream. Anyway, and I liked what I ate.
No, I remember them that like you used to get a standalone. Like we're big fans of Toba Loco. You should check him out.
If you've
on
not
YouTube.
checked out Toba Loco,
Just if you want to see a lads try and get fucking Tahiti's the World Cup final.
pizza mate. Oh,
What a YouTube
So
channel. Tried to get him on here, but he's not replied. But other than
hopefully season.
well, fair play. But yeah, like I think them standalone Euros and World Cup games, they were. You don't get that no more because of Thatcherism. So
No, you've got to buy DLC pack.
yeah. Fuck that.
But yeah,
Screw it.
I forgot he was a Portuguese national. Definitely.
Yeah.
I remember him playing against USA, I think, 2002 World Cup. Which probably, he might have had a word with McBride at half time.
It could have got him over.
Malbronk.
Yeah.
Don't know if Dempsey might be too young for Dempsey.
I think it's too.
Yeah.
No, I think he played
No,
with Dempsey.
yeah, would he?
They would have.
Maybe.
Their paths would have crossed.
Oh yeah, they had a few Americans, didn't they? Well,
He had his most.
it's Facundo Sava, my favourite Fulham player of all time.
He's not in the Championship. No.
No, is he in the? He's like around this time.
I think it's
though.
the first season or the second season when they went up. But obviously, Sahar gets 27
Yeah,
goals.
where did he get the mask from? He had the mask.
Found it in
to
a shop
celebrate.
one
Yeah.
Yeah, Boa Morte, best goal scorer in return for a season. He got 18 goals down there. So
Oof,
Wow.
that's good for a winger. That's
Yeah.
fair. In the I went to a Borough game on last weekend. Preston, which will date this episode, but got beat and was shocking. You know what I've noticed doesn't happen anymore? Crosses. Nobody crosses it in anymore. It's all passing about fucking bullshit football. Whip it in.
always.
Was this the Luke Ayling one where he dawdles with the ball?
Where they both headbutted each other and just went, "Meh." Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst goal I've ever seen us concede. That I don't think I'll ever see one worse.
Yeah.
No.
I do miss
Keep trying, know what you're at Borough.
Yeah.
I do miss a big like lump up top and a scramble in the box.
Yeah.
I do. I must admit. As much as I love, sort of a lovely.
So I'm not a fan of
Diagonal pass.
the intricacies of beautiful football, as they call it nowadays. The beauty
It's
of football.
shite. It's fucking shite.
It's like
Passing metrics.
It's like watching a shit game of chess. Just like who's going to move
Another
next? And,
thing to add to the list. Along with on Twitter, where Villa put a tweet out that said, "Congratulations, Ollie Watkins, on 150." And I was like, "No way, he scored 150 goals. 150 goal involvements.
Fuck
Give
off.
over."
Yeah, piss off.
How many goal involvements has Boa Morte got? We just care about his goals, and his memories.
And him and Luis Sahar got 45 in one season together.
Incredible.
In his championship.
Andy was on an episode of Grange Hill, which we'll get to.
We will.
Andy had his own episode of Cribs, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
So at that point, when they go up,
Yeah.
you've got Sahar, Boa Morte. Van der Sar signed that season?
He signed when they went up, yeah. So obviously they got another.
Yeah, Van der Sar was like 30. I'm
yeah,
sure.
it was at the back end of his career when he signed.
For United, went to United. I'm sure he was like 33.
That's
You think about that,
incredible.
really, because he was in like the Dutch leagues. Obviously not that the Dutch league shit, but
No. Dutch League when we were younger was
much better.
yeah.
But what I mean
He
though,
was
is obviously
31 when he signed for Fulham.
multiple Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues and
Oh,
whatever, and he was still playing for fucking Fulham.
Mental.
He was very good, though.
He was very good.
I've seen...
This was in the day where like the best keepers in the league were at the worst teams. So like Mark Schwarzer was at Borough, and like he was definitely one of the best strikers, best goalkeepers in the league. Not we were shit, we were like mid-table, but you still get like better. I don't know, like young Ben Foster when Watford was shocking.
Yeah.
He went straight down. He was very good. Like Van der Sar, Fulham. Yeah, because that's how it should be. Best goalkeepers should be playing for the worst defences.
Yeah, they should. It makes it better.
Yeah.
It makes it a more even playing field as well to watch for the neutral. But Boa Morte's 18 goals in 39 games prompted Fulham to make the deal permanent, and Arsenal nearly got the money back and paid £1.7 million for him. And
So what's that today? That's that's over 10, isn't it? Easy, probably.
Yeah. It's not enough. Like, if you won that in the Euro Millions, you're not quitting your job, are you?
yeah.
You're not.
Speak for yourself, James.
Well,
if I won fucking 500
Yeah,
quid.
if I won an accumulator with a quid on, I'd probably give it a couple of weeks rest.
I wouldn't retire at $1 million. I'd come in. Would you? Sorry to someone else.
Yeah.
That's a personal anecdote. So 1.7 million for Boa Morte.
Yeah,
And this is
he could have had the chance to go back to Southampton as well.
Why would you? Why would you? You've not got a kit sponsor. You're making in-house kits.
Friends Provident. What is Friends Provident? Nobody
It's
knows.
an insurance company because they sponsored
Insurance.
one-day cricket for a bit.
Yeah.
That's Provident Trophy.
45 overs.
So autistic.
But if you are
if you work for Friends Provident,
yeah, hashtag T20s man.
Oh dear.
We've created a monster, really.
We have.
The minute it got to no disrespect, the minute it got to like there was a fan who tweeted us. I think he was from like Hungary or something, and he did his own version, like whatever the league was sponsored by, to do like domestic Hungarian legends. I was like, fair play. You're doing that on your own.
Yeah.
I'm not chipping in.
Zoltan Gera.
Yeah, Zoltan Gera, that's about it.
Yeah, we should be doing it. Yeah, we should be doing it. But follow, subscribe for a Zoltan Gera episode.
If this gets 3 likes, we'll do Zoltan Gera next.
That's pushing it a bit.
Boa Morte continued his struggles in the top flight. Next 2 seasons for Fulham, he only got 3 goals, but then he kick-started himself into Barclaysman folklore from the 03-04 season. He got 9 goals in 33 games with 5 assists.
See, but I don't like going over stats because I'm sure he scored every week.
But this is the thing where I confuse consistency in the team sheet for like
he scored every week.
Yeah.
But just look at the position.
No, but I reckon what it was, right? He would have had a highlight on every. He would have had a highlight in match of the day.
Yes.
And you go, oh, he's fucking class.
Like Stephen Reed, who scored that amazing goal in the Blackburn, the goal of the month.
No, he took the net off.
Yeah. And I assume that he was just like
doing that
every week. Yeah. But I think what it is
you look
now,
at Wikipedia and it's 600 appearances, 3 goals. Oh.
Yeah.
What people would do nowadays though is they'd look at that 33 games, 9 goals. That is poor. But you've got to look. That's a winger, right? He wasn't an inside forward. What they play nowadays, he was an assistsman, and he got 5 of them that season, which was a lot back then because we didn't count assists before woke.
Yeah, no, assists were never a thing.
They were a stat made up for Mesut Ozil to be relevant. Yeah. Because he did nothing. He did. He could pass a ball.
He did nothing.
He could lay it on a plate for somebody else to showcase their skills. But I could do that. I could pass a ball to a striker to score a goal. He was good at what he did, but like we didn't need to.
I don't know if the sort of heavy metal counter attack, maybe.
Well, yeah.
But we'll never
I like
know.
a heavy metal counter attack.
Well, no, I think it's just more logical that Mike is as good as Mesut Ozil.
I think with my size 12 feet and my chicken ankles, I think I could get 3 assists in that in a good Arsenal season with these tits and hips.
Yeah, a lot of cushioning.
Bring it down, control it between the groove, the clavage, and then let it roll down onto the foot.
All the time in the world.
Yeah, Swaz pass down to who played up front for Arsenal when Ozil joined. Sanchez,
Giroud.
Up to Giroud, who scorpion it in. Yeah, it'd just be a good game of football.
Giroud would be like if he wasn't quite as good as he is, would be a Barclaysman because he's sexy.
Who was it he nearly signed? Was it Borough?
Yeah, he nearly signed for Borough.
Then he would have been a Barclaysman.
It was.
It only had to be
He's a
three
BNP
games.
Paribas.
He's,
Not BNP. Sorry. The bank is called
BNP's
BNP Paribas.
Paribas.
but I think there's a debate for another time. But I think Giroud is probably the sexiest Barclaysman or Barclays player.
3
me.
words. Gary Taylor Fletcher, who looked like my geography teacher. Anyway, so he scores 9 in what? Sorry?
9 in 33, 5
Okay.
assists in the 04 or 5 season.
Right.
Sorry, that was in 03 04. 04 05, he gets another 8 goals in 31 with another 5 assists.
Yeah.
Got player of the season for Fulham, and he gave all his kit away to fans on the final game of the season, including his shorts in true 90s Italian football fashion, walked off in his Y fronts, which you never see anymore because we don't want to see anymore, to be honest. But yeah, nobody gives the shorts away.
No,
anymore.
that was it. I'm just. Yeah, do you remember? I think it was Asamoah Gyan did that away at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that.
Fucking stalk swinging.
And in a time where people didn't turn up and go, "Can I please have your shirt?"
Yeah, some fucking 4-year-old kid going, "Please, can I have your shorts?"
Do you know what? It wasn't actually that
He's been
bad,
told
was
by
it?
the dad to go, "Do it, son."
Yeah,
I can fucking
that's
kill
the
him.
thing. On the rare occasion, you can see a kid's drawing a picture and he's like, "Oh, genuinely, I'm going to go see one of my heroes." But every week, I've seen one. The other week.
I seen it at Borough Preston. Fucking, I was like, that's on Saturday. Some kid, I didn't see what player it was, but it was like,
Hamilton Rickard, can I have your shirt?
Yeah, it was a fucking, can I have your shirt sign. It felt like just going up to the dad and going, "You have failed as a parent." Fucking hell.
Well, I'm not sure if it was his form that season or the fact that everyone got to see him in his Y fronts, but he became a fan favourite amongst Fulham fans after that. And I'm going to read a brief description of why. It was for his impassioned, never say die, and sometimes aggressive style of play.
Oh.
Although
This,
Never say die. Ironic coming from Dead Snake.
Dead Snake, never say morte. Although this led to problems with the referees, even though his form dipped towards the end of his Fulham career, he was considered something of a cult hero there due to his ability to take players on, his ability to cause panic like an unpinned grenade in the opposition ranks, and his emotional character, a trait that strengthened the bond between him and the fans. I'm not sure who that's a quote for, but it's a strong case for saying that you love a footballer, isn't
That's
it?
a very strong case.
But that's the thing, isn't it? We always go back to this point of like, it's like we were saying before. I assume because I saw one goal repeated every day.
They saw him
like
week in, week out.
cross to Facundo Sava.
Yeah,
bang,
it does
and you're
create-
7 years old.
Yeah, your imagination runs wild and it creates a legend. But like things like that is like, yes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Oh, this isn't a problem. It's not about his XG.
It's not.
XG wasn't a thing in 2005.
It's not. It's even like, for example, like if you see him coming on
Yes.
in a game that's a bit dull, and you know that's going to be a good game when he comes on. He's going to put a bit of excitement into it. That means he's a good player. He doesn't have to score 50 goals a season.
Fabio Aurelio injured all the time, but when he came on, you knew there's the chance he's going to score a free kick.
And wingers, they weren't really renowned for banging in goals, especially at that time, because, like I say, it was before the inside forward days.
Yeah.
That they were there solely to pump it into the big man who'd knock it down to the little man. That's what I mean. So
4-4,
Did he leave in 0405?
no, that he's.
He was there for a lot
he get
longer.
to
I think.
He stayed until January 2007.
Oh, he did.
He got to see Pipex. Oh, thank
He
God.
pipexed.
One of the more obscure foreign trading companies that infiltrated the Premier League. Sponsored by Airness as well, who sponsor a lot of African Cup of Nations teams.
Do they
Airness.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sorry.
He stayed.
This episode brought to you by Pipex.
Pipex.
A company that's not existed for 15
Whoever
years.
you are, whatever you do.
Not on Company's House.
26 goals, 166 games for Fulham, like I said.
That's a lot. That's good.
26 and 160.
But that's Wikipedia is always league, isn't it?
That's
League
always
games, so.
league, yeah. Because then they always say, like, oh, he didn't score that season, but he scored 47 in the cup.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't know what he's got in the cup, but that is a good return from a traditional old-school winger.
Yeah.
That prompted West Ham United to come in for him. Can you guess how much, gents?
I think it was like 5 million. Maybe?
January 2007.
5 million.
5 million back on. That was a shit game. It ended straight away.
So that window for West Ham, Morte,
Boa.
brackets Boa,
Just in case.
Morte brackets Boa and Dave Morte from Kilmarnock.
apt. Tevez.
Oh, was that
And-
window?
and
Was it?
No,
Mascherano.
Tevez Mascherano was January, was it not?
This
Yeah,
is January
January
07.
2007.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good bit of business.
That's a good window.
So, did they all get announced at the same time?
That's a
That'd be
Velux. That's a Velux window. That.
Now, writing.
Right in.
That might be the best
Get your
window
comments
of all
on,
time. Tevez, Mascherano, Boa
Should we see who else
Morte.
is signed in that January transfer window? West-
That might be the best transfer window of all time.
That's insane.
Well, Tevez and Mascherano's probably because as it kept them up, as it just on the last day signing how bad Pardew is as a manager, signing Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano kept West Ham up on the last day
Unbelievable.
against Neil Warnock's Sheffield United. Shite.
Boa Morte got to go onto the Blades.
This isn't just the January ones, gentlemen, but that season. There's a list and a half here.
Oh,
Because you've got.
End of loans. So, sorry, go on, James.
You must have Hislop.
Shaka.
Not Ian.
Shaka.
Well, keeping the ball out is a bit like Reform's latest policy of keeping everything out.
have I got signings for you?
Go and edit a magazine. Go and edit a magazine nobody reads. Sorry,
He's all right. You know,
he's okay. He's
It's-
in that
So, back out to you of the.
well,
public.
please welcome our guest, next week's guest, Ian Hislop.
Ian Hislop.
Well, we'll be discussing Shaka. Yeah.
Best transfer windows. This is West Ham's this window.
07,
So if you can think of any better, pop them in the comments and we'll feature it and mention your name so you get a shout out on YouTube, show the kids, and that'd be nice for you.
get
Carlos
framed.
Tevez, 14 million.
Corinthians.
Javier Mascherano, 14 million. Corinthians.
Were they at Corinthians, both
Yeah.
of them?
Matthew Upson, 12 million.
Oh,
Birmingham.
hello.
12 million quid for Upson. Oh, I don't know.
Scored with his face against Germany.
Ye old day dead snake himself.
Boa Morte.
Boa Morte.
What a spine.
Upson.
Boa
Upson,
Morte.
though.
Or...
Well, the dead snake, spineless.
This list keeps going and keeps impressing.
Okay.
Next, this one's probably the duddest one, but Callum Davenport, 4 million when everyone thought he was going to be a good player from Tottenham.
That's not good, no.
3 million, Rob Green.
Wow.
That's not
Rob
bad.
Green.
Yeah. 3 million, Carlton Cole.
What?
Oh, Carlton. Yeah,
2.3 million, Lucas Neal, 28 years old.
Bloody hell.
Another 28-year-old for the same price in Nigel Quasi.
Nigel
Oh my
Quasi.
God.
Nigel Quasi. I'm sure he was 40. His
He
entire
come
career.
from West Brom. George McCartney from Sunderland.
Oh, he was shit.
John Pantsill from
John Pants.
No
Hapoel
way.
Tel Aviv. Tyrone Mears from Preston.
Oh my God.
Lee Bowyer from Newcastle. And Jonathan Spector from Man
Jonathan
United.
Spectre.
And more importantly, they got someone in on loan that year with some grey tracksuit bottoms in goal.
Gabor
Gabor
Kirai.
Kirai.
Did they have Ben Ayoun then as well?
I'm not sure.
They'd have
because-
had Ferdinand Anton. They'd have had.
Ferdinand Anton. Franz.
They'd have had. They'd have had.
Lost his head a few times.
Ferdinand brackets mythical bull. Don't know if you know the story. of
Mythical
Ferdinand.
ball.
Well,
Paul Konchesky, Dean Ashton. How are you not challenging for?
Well, they got to a cup final, didn't they?
we did this last
yeah.
time. And I did this last time. I was looking at Borough's squad when Yakubu was there. How did that not win the league?
Yeah.
Mendieta, fucking video.
Yeah. Well, that's
Zenden.
back in like
06, 07, though, they've just lost.
you look at it through rose-tinted glasses, don't you? But
Yeah.
you look at the teams back then, and you think like, how didn't they win the world? But like, obviously, there was a level of mediocrity at the time. That's
Yeah,
why
you
I
had
know that,
Pardew at the wheel.
Pardew at the wheel. How good does it feel?
Not very.
Not very. But yeah,
He joins West Ham for 5 million.
joins West Ham for £5 million. Didn't set the world alight at West Ham. And in 2009, in a friendly against Tottenham in Beijing, he got his studs caught in the ground and twisted his knee and he schnebbed his ACL.
Oof.
So that was, once you do one of them, especially at that age, it isn't too good.
No.
He came back in May 2010. So it's a good 9 month out or something like that.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, is it?
Yeah. And scored in his return against Man City in a 1-1 draw,
Wait.
which was his first goal in over 3.5 years.
Wow.
And only his second for West Ham, which prompted a contract extension
Oh.
and
Dire straits
stated
there.
that he was excited to work under Avram Grant.
No.
So the Boa Morte Grant.
West Ham had some
Link up.
fucking shit managers.
Yeah, haven't they?
Well, Avon Grant wasn't that bad.
I
I
think
think that might be the season where they fudged the sponsor. Is it Excel?
No, that's
Yeah,
like oh,
they had to go to the
early,
squad
that.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, well, these had a big blank square.
I think they got unlucky with West Ham. I can't remember the order, but I'm sure they pinned a 15-year spell on Alan Kirbishley.
Yeah.
Was it
when
not
he first came over and obviously didn't work out.
Freddie Sears.
Was it not
Freddie
the?
Sears.
Was that's around the time they put a club record signing for Savio Encereco, who played
Right.
once and now plays in the German 8th division.
Right, let's get to the end of Luis Boa Morte because we don't want to bore you to tears. We're trying to keep these
Don't
to
want
half
to
an hour,
bore
but
you
we can ram it.
to
Boa
tears.
Morte, yeah, to tears.
Oh, we've got some good footage coming up there.
Mainly off the ball.
Off the ball, yeah. There's no good on the ball footage for Boa Morte for this. A bit like Rory Delap, but yeah, whatever. In August 2010, his contract was terminated by mutual consent. He'd had enough and left for Greece.
Oh yeah, see, Greece used to be the proper end of a career. Going to fucking Skoda Xanthi.
Well, he signed for AEL.
Limassol. That's
Yeah.
Cyprus.
In the is it?
This is Mappa. Get them.
Case and Flares.
But it says, well, that's just the notes then. But Chris Coleman was the manager who signed him over there.
He was managing them again recently. Chris Coleman.
After he left the Tromatos, I think.
Yeah.
Great name for a club. That.
It says former manager Chris Coleman was in charge at the second division side, AEL, and brought the Dead Snake over to the Greek shores on a free with the aim of him firing the side back to the Greek Premier League. He managed 7 games for the Greeks, getting 1 assist, but then his contract was cancelled in November due to financial issues, and strong links came about with Orlando Pirates and Kaiser Chiefs as the bassist.
Could you imagine if Martin Tyler was commentating on AEL and Boa Morte scores and he says something like, "The Dead Snake, like one of Medusa's strands of hair, has been resurrected and turned the away into stone." Just an example.
Just yeah.
We haven't got his notes, but that's a good guess. He did end up at Orlando Pirates.
Oh, yes. got one of their shirts.
Well, an Orlando Pirates Boa Morte shirt from 2012 would be a good shirt, wouldn't it? I'd like one of them. If anyone's got one, I've got £5. But he only made 2 starts for them and left at the end of the season. And this prompted the eager former Giants League One side Portsmouth to take him on trial in that season. At the same time, as you might remember this name, I think he's more of a Clydesdalesman. Akos Bosaki.
No.
Played for Hearts, was a really good player for Hearts.
Oh,
know.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'll just
I think he
spell
played
it.
for Plymouth.
Bukaczzy.
Yeah. I think he played for Plymouth as well over here. But he didn't get a contract at Portsmouth, and a better offer came in for the aging Portuguese winger, and that was from Northern Giants, League Two's Chesterfield.
Wow.
Yeah, and left in January 2013 after 12 games and no goals.
No.
After leaving Chesterfield, he joined 4 Marks FC in the Hampshire Premier League.
See, that's
proper.
Yeah.
That's proper.
You expect him to be managing a Skelmersdale like
It's like
Jim Bond.
That's
Everything, don't
you
you?
come into work on Monday and you go, guess who I played with?
Yeah, guess who I played with the other night? Yeah.
The fucking cigarette factory down there.
If anyone's got any stories of playing against 4 Marks FC in the Hampshire Premier League against Luis Boa Morte, we'd love to give you a call. That's in the 11th tier of English football. And he signed there because he knew the manager, because he used to work security at Fulham.
That's good.
So, yeah, he made close friends with the security guard at Fulham.
That's lovely.
But that was Boa Morte's last club in a stellar and beautiful career. Like, he was an international, played for Arsenal, played for Fulham, West Ham. Great.
Proper cult
Yeah,
status.
proper cult status. He made 357 appearances, scoring 47 goals, as well as 28 Portugal caps and 1 goal in the Portuguese Maroon.
The most interesting thing he ever did, though, of course, being on Grange Hill.
Yeah,
and having his own episode of Cribs.
In 1998. Let me set the scene. The Grange Hill School of
Grange. We do have clips.
We do have
Cribs
clips.
one. If anyone can find us Grange Hill episode,
Yeah, we'll do a watch along on Patreon of the full episode because it does look good. It's the day of the inter-school football final, and the Double Dare gang have some concerns going on.
Double Dare gang. Nice.
At this point, Roland gone.
Roland gone.
What's the other guy called? Gaz, not Gaz.
Oh, we're talking about the 80s.
Yeah, they're all gone.
No,
all the
they're all
teaching
gone.
at the school.
Yeah, I think rather than actual cast members with Granger, you've got to go through what the theme song was at the time for its various ilks.
Okay.
Yeah, so the trance version, the single version. But
Roland.
I can't remember any. I wasn't a
character
Grange Hill fan.
No, I was more
Got to
Biker
be perfectly
Grove.
honest. was my Waterloo Road.
Yeah.
Um,
Why couldn't they have
later in
really
life.
Faustino Asprilla presenting an award?
Well, yes.
Faustino Asprilla?
So essentially, they
Oh, I've
got
gone blind.
they got Boa Morte in to present the trophy for the inter-school football final. His agent was in with the producers at Grange Hill and knew he'd just signed for Arsenal in case he was going to be a superstar. Like, would you try it? And he thought, yeah, why not? I've never done out like that before. And he ended up...
But that's a good role for, like, because you don't have to do a lot of acting. Because footballers, you know, as we know,
Not the best
do not translate well.
No, this is still around a time, like 1998 is still around a time when footballers were first started doing adverts, like David Beckham with Brill Cream. Obviously, the pioneer into the TV was obviously Gary Mabbott when he appeared on The Queen's Nose.
Oh, yeah.
Into that one. But yeah, Boa Morte just carrying on Gary Mabbott's legacy. In that,
Which led to Michael Owen doing his own TV show.
Yeah, and Wayne Rooney's Street Strike.
which we've already covered. Yeah, there was a great series. And as Fionn mentioned before, we're going to do a little clip and what do you call it? A reaction.
Cribs.
He likes a
Cribs.
reaction because he was one of the footballers that was featured on the reality series Cribs on MTV.
Which, for anyone who doesn't know, was they go around your house and go, show us our house.
Yeah.
You're a millionaire. Show us around your house.
So one episode I saw was the Carters, Aaron and Nick Carter. And they had to get golf buggies to each other's house on the same estate, and they had beautiful mansions. Luis Boa Morte, however, a new build 2 up, 2 down.
Some cases, not their own house as well in America.
Yeah, they were never
but in
their
England,
houses.
you're not fooling
It was
anyone.
like Cribs.
Oh yeah, no, I remember. Do you remember? I remember watching. Do you remember the one-hit wonder Orson?
Yes.
With
Yeah.
No Tomorrow.
That one.
Yeah. They had an episode of him on, and it's like you've had one song 6 months ago. You do not have a mansion.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Modestly detached house in Surrey. Started the episode, as you'll see in a moment, in a very dramatic way as he head round the corner in his Vauxhall Corsa. And genuinely, on the episode we're about to show you of Cribs, while showing the producers and the cameras and us at home around his house, he found out he had a garden, which will come
He's
now.
either just moved in.
No, he said that. He says that he'd never been in his own garden. Now that's Boa Morte. I'll reach over to pause it.
Looks like Ian Wright.
It does look a bit like Ian Wright.
A bit like Ian Wright. There's his...
But wait, you won't be able to hear it over that.
I think he's on the Saturday in between.
yes.
Oh, wait,
Sponsored by Bellway Homes.
the thing is so good of like the music is just so very. What should we put on this early 2000s Cribs? I know, System of a Down.
They've done the same edit with Top Gear where they sort of do a sort of like quick rewind of like maybe a Ferrari going around the chicane. But it's just a course.
Just a Corsa coming
out.
out. And if I don't know if you've noticed the scroll bar at the top there, but coming up.
Shoulder
Shola invites us around.
Shola Amiobi's bungalow.
So we have to get Shola Amiobi's episode. I do
It
remember this.
It looks like
It is just
a new
a new build house,
sorry.
isn't it? I don't know if like he's got like he likes his modesty and he's got himself a nice house and he's thinking about because it looks like he's bought it off the showroom. Like when you get it's all cream.
Yeah, that's a lease.
It's a rental, yeah. But there we go. It's not very
What,
lived
the
in.
music?
What is this?
4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, reception rooms, cinema rooms, Surrey, England.
4 bedrooms, 4 bath. This is
It's not very modest, is it?
this is no. This is
4
very
bathrooms.
yeah. 4 en suites, perhaps.
4 bathrooms. Nobody needs 4 bathrooms. If you've got that many, you've got too much done there.
Cinema room, I'm going to go out on a limb and say is a beanbag in a spare room.
Yeah, I think
it's
the
a
clip behind him
projector-
now.
A projector with a DVD player.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it now. There's nothing in this house that isn't out of the ordinary. That's what I'm going to say.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, other than the
we'll
fact-
see. Or maybe his garden, he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack. Little, do you
What
notice the
in the
TV
unit?
there? There's the cinema room, look. Do you see it, Jim? Barclays, man of the match.
It's coming in with me. This is my living room. Don't spend much time in here.
I don't spend much time in it.
Seating immunity. PK Matt.
Only when when I have some friends over or family. That's when we use this room.
This sounds like Grandaddy.
My son, Luigi, lives in Portugal. But I miss him a lot, and unfortunately cannot be here with me, naughty boy. Here go my girlfriend, Sarah.
Oh,
Sarah Boa Morte.
Just comes across a humble man, doesn't he?
the way the way this is cut is because it's like a lovely tender moment, and then it just cuts to some statues of geese. It's all over the place. This.
So, going out to my cinema room. That's where I spend most of my time.
Yep, projector.
And
yeah,
it is-
that's not a cinema room. That is a
a-
spare room that he has converted. What this is, like normally on Cribs, they'd go, oh, what are we going to see next? Like a basketball court that comes out of the garage,
Yeah.
the swimming pool separated, and he's got a basketball court, and there's his wardrobe's massive. Filled with all
It's
the,
a DVD player.
it is literally just a virtual house. This is like a COVID house viewing.
You can see the pile of CDs and DVDs on the front seat
Genuinely.
there.
It's very too. Where's this filmed?
This is 2002, I think.
2002. This is
yeah.
very 2002.
Yeah, it's very, very early 2000s, yeah.
Movies. It's not a great present.
There's your
Tell my
signature.
lips.
Oh, he's got a box of DVDs. Yes.
Waiting for the friendship to come over.
City of God, there.
he
Meet the
watching?
Fockers.
Halloween.
Halloween. He's the Punisher. He's
There is no organisation to that as well. That's
This
disappointing.
further fuels the rumours that this was quickly put together inside half an
Yeah.
hour before the cameras got here, inside some
get
empty
some
house.
DVDs.
Yeah.
Oh, I love.
Just on top of a mountain of Fiestas and Razzles.
I love dodgeball. Isn't Owen Wilson great? Not in it.
Action movie.
Meet the Parents, great action movie.
Just imagine Luis Boa Morte sat watching these. It's great, isn't it, to
Good
think about?
comedy. I like everything basically. I really like horror movies.
Loves the comedy.
I love horror
And he pulls
movies,
out
But if I watch on my own, it has to
Michael
be in the
Myers.
afternoons or in the evenings with my girlfriend. Actually, I'm scared to watch on my own. That's the ones I prefer, but not on my own. And it's my seat. I like to play PlayStation as well.
Oh, bit of Train by Goldfrapp here.
No.
PlayStation when I'm with my son.
FIFA Street, and he's got
because
NBA
I
Street
spend
V3.
with him. So, when
Reckon he
he's
plays as
over here,
himself.
PlayStation. That's the one I play most of the time.
Great game, that. One of my favourite games of all time.
What?
EA Sports Big, NBA Street V3. There was a cheat code where you could play as the Beastie Boys, and it was phenomenal. What a great taste in video games. Bo Morte. God, I want to dive into that.
Well, I want to get. Let's see if we can get to the garden soon.
There's his PS2.
I want to see his garden.
Look at that,
he's
kid.
never seen.
Wired controller,
He's
hey?
not playing that. Show you the
My
rope.
son Luigi here in Portugal, 2004.
Caricature of him in an Arsenal kit on the wall there. I don't know if you saw that.
It's when we get promoted to the Premiership in Division 1 4 or 5 years ago. It's my mum and
I mean,
dad.
don't get me wrong. It's like everything about this is lovely, like all the sentimentality. But there's nothing that like, and you're the epitome of football. Like, what's what I'm looking for? Like wags and the height.
This is just a humble man walking around his house.
Yeah. Which, fair play to
It's
him.
not like, here's my
proper.
cocktail bar.
Exactly, yeah,
Here's
yeah.
a picture of my kids at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Proper.
And Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, great
There's a box
guy.
of
Lovely
DVDs.
man.
With Arsenal, picture with the
Patrick Vieira on his wall.
Oh, dabs.com.
here with Arsenal. My first season in English football, and my beautiful girlfriend, really nice girl, and that's it. That's my cinema room.
The very Blackpool Beach caricature on there. This, what
Oh,
a beautiful
come
cut.
on.
Look at the sink.
It's just your standard kitchen.
It is. It really
It's
is.
just a standard kitchen diner.
That's my kitchen.
They mu-
TV in the kitchen, though.
That was prestige at
that,
this
that
time.
was 2000s law, that.
Yeah, we'll have been watching this at the time and go, wow, he's a lucky man, he's rich.
We come here in the evening to cook. Most of the time, my girlfriend, she likes to cook African food, spicy one, and Portuguese food. That's
Nando's.
Miss from Portugal.
Well, this surely
Turkey
predates
with
the
double
Nando's
cream
boom.
and, it's a bit fat, double cream, but I do love it, so I cook it.
He's a good cook.
Bit of jet.
Going to my garden.
Where I've never been.
This is my place. This is my back garden, and I've never been here before.
Now, as a footballer, literally the one part of the house.
You'd spend a bit of time.
Is
And, yeah.
That garden's never had a day spent in it. Like, the grass is uncut.
He's moved in. He's
The,
just moved in.
I've never been in my
Clothesline's
own
still under
garden.
its cover.
That's sublime.
I've been practicing my free kicks in the bathroom.
Be looking good soon. I think this summer we'll have some barbecues.
So I'll have some barbecues in this place I've never been in before.
There's one of his
Oh, the
bathrooms.
nautical theme of like shells on the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
This is literally just, this house would cost you about 10 million quid as well,
Yeah.
because it's in Surrey.
Some
But
afternoons, when I
It
come
looks like
home,
every house. TV on the wall.
That house has definitely got a Tommy Shelby portrait up nowadays. hasn't it, as well?
yeah, 3 TVs though in the 2000s. That's a sign of wealth. That is.
Is nearly at the minute got as many TVs as he has bathrooms.
Does he have 4?
Shall we count who's keeping score?
3 TVs.
Three TVs so far, and apparently 4 bathrooms.
I'm tired, just
Telling you how he lays down.
watching TV.
You ever wondered how a professional footballer lays down?
But you've got the cinema room for that,
Afternoon,
Lewis.
cannot be walking around all day because need the rest to feel fit.
Be awkward to film that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There's this
Notice he didn't say this. They always sound cribs. The golden track was like, this is where the magic happens. And he's just gone, I come in here for rest.
He saves that for the training ground.
Unusual jumpers.
High 2000s fashion.
Yeah.
Dinner.
Oh, hello.
Oh, that would have paired well with a nice jumper over the top of it, collar sticking out. Look at them shoes.
My white shoes that the boys like
Yeah.
to give stick about. I don't know why.
No.
Nothing wrong with them.
They are great. Okay.
Bit of Christ.
A little bit of
A
Christ.
little bit of
right.
Christ.
Is that a fluorescent Christ?
I think this is
Going
this
to
is
church
bedside
with
table, I
them
think.
to Portugal.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, in England, not much, but in Portugal, yeah.
Thank you.
Just quickly, I've always hated Fulham's badge. FFC.
Well, they changed it when they got
was, yeah.
promoted.
It
The
was,
one
yeah.
before was very
There's a nicer one in
nice, yeah.
when they're in lower leagues.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
yeah.
a proper crest.
We've got 58 seconds left.
Hurley cap.
Eusebio
My
mural there.
bathroom.
You're taken into the ensuite. Lovely.
You can notice
I haven't spotted another TV yet. It's 4-3 to bathrooms.
I've never shaved in my life.
Never shaved.
in his life.
Just sheds it like dead snake
So
skin.
what does he do to his hair?
That's
Maybe he's just.
my jacket wardrobe. You can notice no
Follically
suits.
challenged.
Now they've gone. What they've done here is they've gone. Lewis.
It's the Fulham one.
We need another
Is there
2 minutes.
anything else?
Any
Jacket wardrobe.
line you have from the last game, the last home game. Yeah, it's ready for next weekend. Maybe more than that.
What a lovely.
Only
You know,
one.
such a lovely
He
man.
does, doesn't he?
You've seen my crib, so you can leave now. Go. Bye bye.
Fuck off.
Right, well, you've
Lovely.
seen Luis Boa Morte's crib.
There we go.
You've
That's
heard
all
about
it
his
is.
career.
It's just a lovely house viewing. It wouldn't
It
surprise
is.
if he turned around and went, so, what do you think? So he went to a newlywed couple and went, yeah,
Yeah, it's alright.
yeah, we just
Lovely
so
bloke.
many TVs, but big fan of his assorted DVDs. Big fan of the nautical themed bathroom that everyone had in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Everyone's mum just bought random starfish and shells to stick on.
I think what everyone else takes from it is they cannot wait to see what Shola Ramiobi brings to them.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
yeah,
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to have
do
a
a Shola.
subset of footballers.
I do
cribs.
remember there was a Harry Kewell one as well, and he had a very expensive bath.
Yes, because his wife was
Sat in it, Sherry
from-
Murphy.
yes,
at the
from
time.
Emmerdale.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
But
there
yeah,
we
that's
go.
it.
Well,
Yeah. we've enjoyed ourselves.
We have.
Yes. So follow, like, subscribe for next week, where we'll be discussing somebody else.
And please, if you get a second, pop in the comments a random football that you'd like us to chuck on and feature.
Yes. And if they're not too boring, we'll do them.
Yeah.
Morte was our forte, and if you're gonna cook mushrooms, always saute. Cheers.
Bye.
Good night. Try to do a Craig Charles robot voice.